Hi, I'm David.
Hi, I'm Alex.
We are in the Nashville band, The Thing with Feathers, and you are watching The Music Enthusiast.
The music enthusiast.
Music Enthusiast.
The music enthusiast.
Music Enthusiast, we're enthused.
Hi, what's up? I'm Sarah from Music Enthusiast, and today I'm here with half of the Thing with Feathers. How are you guys?
We're doing good. How are you?
So good. Again, I'm super stoked to be talking to you guys. So how's your day been so far?
It's been good. Alex, how's your day been, buddy?
It's going good so
You
far.
had the day off today, didn't you?
No, tomorrow I do.
Tomorrow. Oh, nice. Yeah,
Oh, wait.
we've
Yeah. No, I have Wednesday off.
Oh, okay. Well, something to smile about Tuesday.
Yeah.
We're good. We're hanging in there. It was kind of cold in Nashville. It's warming up a little bit, so like we're happy. It's
Yeah.
not too bad.
Yeah,
How about you?
Same here, honestly. Like the weather has been super cold, and now it's been like it was 3 degrees today.
Okay.
Yeah, didn't have to wear a jacket.
Not bad.
Like,
Not bad. Not bad at all. We are very I don't know, Alex might have a better grasp on Celsius temperatures than I do, but it was like 50 here today, which is good. It was like the week before it was freezing and just gross. Um, we all grew up north and we moved to Nashville, not like for warmth, but that was kind of a bonus. And we've been pretty disappointed. It snowed a whole bunch this year.
That sucks.
Not fun. Well, yeah, it's all perspective. I don't know.
Sort of open the conversation up a bit. What was the first song you guys listened to today?
Ooh, Alex, do you want to go first? I need to remember what I listened to.
I think I listened to I just got this vinyl the other day of this like old German ambient group called Cluster.
Okay.
And like I don't really know how to say it. In You Quit, I don't know. It's off this album So.
Okay.
And it's like this 8-minute instrumental, and I listened to it on my way to work. It's really calming. It was very nice.
Awesome.
It's great. They worked a lot with Eno and stuff like that. So
nice. We gotta listen to that still. I listened to the Silent Alarms record by Block Party first thing this morning. And then I listened to the Blur record Blur. And then I think I listened to What's the Story Morning Glory next. I had a very Britpop day. We watched a documentary about Britpop last night. And so I was like listening to all the records this morning.
Awesome. I have to listen to those too. I haven't heard of them, but I will after this interview.
Definitely. Absolutely.
Dave, you met Sean in 2017, 2018. So how did you meet the other two guys?
So Alex, we all went to school together for a little while. Some of us made it, some of us didn't make it. But it was in the cafeteria and I was like eating lunch and watching Rick and Morty on my computer, and this kid like comes up to me and like bumps into the table and he's like, "Hey," and I did not know this person. I had no idea who he was. And he goes, "Are you Dave?" And I was like, "Yeah." He goes, I'm friends with Sean. Like, I'm gonna come jam with you guys." And I was like, "Okay." And then he came and jammed, and it was very early on in Feather's writing, and so we did not sound the way we sound now. And it was like it was back when like the whole Mac DeMarco thing was huge.
Yeah.
And we were very much like basement garage rock kind of thing going on. And Alex came to rehearsal and I was like, "All right, on this one do this, and on this one do this." And he was just like, "Yeah, got it," and like would like just riff it and nail it. And so that was like my first impression, was like, wow, this guy can really do these things well. And then obviously has become such a instrumental part of our sound. Chris, our drummer, I met back in 2016. we actually have lived together for a very long time.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I met Chris at my first college party, and I was like we went to this like really small art school thing, and there weren't a lot of like college parties, and so the first one I heard about, I was like, all right, I'm gonna go see what this is about. And so I'm like waiting in a line at this house, and there's this big like elevated porch, and the guys who own the house were like one freshman in at a time. It was just a swarm of people. And so I'm waiting in line to get in this party, and Chris, like, I had seen him around my hall, and he like comes over to the banister and he's like, hey, and he's like, Dave, do you want a beer bong? And I was like, sure. And so Chris, like, he's like, okay, 1 second. So Chris is very notorious for like asking questions, like if you want to do something, and then he's like, 1 second, and then he'll like run off and come back with something. And he like goes, 1 second, he takes this backpack off that he's got on, and he like puts together this beer bong like piece by piece and like dangles it over. It was just so funny that he like it was definitely the type of thing that like his mom bought him before he went to college, and he was like, this is gonna help me make friends, and he like saw it, was like, all right, I got it, and he assembled it. And then he actually held out on joining the band for a while. We had lived together, and he had played with different people, and I had done different things, and then it took actually Alex and joining, and then we went and did some shows, and then Chris was like, okay. And even still, it was touch and go for a little bit, and then he saw what was going on and was like, all right, well, I'm in. And we're like, oh, okay, good.
It almost seems like very aggressive, like first meetups.
Very, yes. We're not very aggressive people. If anything, they get on me for being they call me Coach Dave, or Alex likes to.
I call you Coach Dave.
Really?
Whenever I get like wheels turning and going. But yeah, they're both very docile people. So it's very funny that the interactions were what they were. Or maybe it's just my memory and it's all ADD and chaos. So yeah.
Awesome. And you guys were like college frat boy bands when you were in college?
No, not. I mean,
really.
we played frat gigs for like money and stuff, because it's a fast way to like make money, but like we didn't like doing it.
Oh yeah, it was definitely a way to pay for singles in the beginning. But it was kind of the type of thing where like we would go play the show, feel like aliens, and then come home and be tired. Like I remember, I don't have like a ton of memories of those days, but
you're supposed to.
I don't think we're supposed to. But I mean, it was a cool introduction to like seeing people excited about music. So I think we both, when we were younger, weren't in the most thriving music communities, and like you were kind of on the outside with that. And to, weirdly enough, to like go play frat shows in the South and see like all these guys that are like econ majors stoked about music, it was kind of cool. And it was definitely some good experiences. But no, we were certainly not like a fratty boy band kind of thing.
Dave mentioned how like you guys felt like sort of like alienated after shows, like you didn't really feel it, and now like I'm guessing you guys feel more excited after shows, more pumped. So do you remember like the sort of moment when that shifted?
I don't think there was like one specific moment, but I do remember one show. It was when we came back to Nashville after we took some time off. We all came back like the next year. We played like one sweaty basement show, and like the whole summer, like it's just, the shows were not that good, and, like, you know, but like we had worked the entire time, like, and then we finally came back to the place, like, you know, our hometown, to do like this one show. It was the first one of the year, and it just kicked ass, and it was like the first band on, but like everyone was like, oh my god, you guys sound like good. like what happened? And that's like, it was like a surprise to us, because we had no idea, because it was just like you forget, what you sound like because you're in it. It's like you don't see how tall you get every day. It's like kind of that. So
Yeah,
probably that show.
yeah. I mean, there's definitely, I think there was such a great like house show scene around Nashville a few years ago, actually up until the pandemic really. And it was kind of like we started out playing like really shitty slots at like house show festivals, and like your like 10 friends would be there. But yeah, there's definitely that show where it was a more, we got like a little bit better of a slot, and like people actually had showed up to see us, and we were writing better songs, and it was just the type of thing where you like it for so long. It definitely felt like the type of thing where you almost had to be your own champion and like convince people to come see it. But that show in particular, I remember kind of having the feeling of like, oh, people actually came on their own to see us, and that was a big turning point, I think, for all of us, especially in our confidence live. Because I mean, now we really pride ourselves on being such a live band, and those shows are definitely the turning point with that, going from the weird kind of frat thing to actually feeling like you're making some art.
I didn't know we were such a frat band. Like,
I mean, yeah, I guess there's like 3 shows, man. Dom's selling us down the river, Alex.
yeah, it was funny.
That's funny.
Your debut EP, Sundays in the South, was released, I think, like 3 days ago. So how has it been just like releasing it and now just like sitting and
we definitely got a lot of thoughts on this one. It feels awesome to have it out. I'm so excited for everybody to get to hear those songs and finally like get a chance to relate to them. We'd been working on those songs for a very long time. Well, we recorded the record back in 2020, and so it certainly is taking its sweet time getting out to the market. But it was, I mean, again, with everything, like we had to wait and do it all the right way. But now it really, it's kind of like getting the elephant off your back a little bit and like just letting go of it. But it's for me, and Alex, you can speak to this too. It's really exciting to get to finally watch people's interpretations of what we were trying to say and make it their own. And getting to hear the little tidbits about people hearing it and liking it, and people's parents hearing it and liking it, and all these kind of connections. It's really cool.
Yeah, there have been a few parents. That's
wild. A few parents.
Yeah.
We're gonna be dad rock before we know it.
yeah.
Dude, dad rock can be anything.
I know, that's what I'm saying.
Don't worry about it. I feel.
How do you feel, Alex?
It's nice. I mean, I don't know. We were just like, I remember we were just hanging out that night, and and we were like, oh, it's out, cool.
Yeah, we were,
and then we just went to bed. Like,
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing else really to do.
No, it was fun. We had rehearsed, and like I think it came. So we're on Central Time, so it came out at like 11 o'clock our time, and we had gotten home from rehearsal like 20 minutes before it came out, and we just like sat down and started playing poker, and then it came out. We were like, oh. But then we did some celebrating Friday, so we made up for it for sure.
It's nice to hear like that your friends like it though. Like not like your immediate friends are obviously gonna tell you that they like it, but like friends that you haven't talked to, and like
right,
I'll like kind of coming back to you and being
like,
oh, you're not crazy, like it actually was good.
Right. And that is definitely one nice thing about kind of coming up the way we did in the scene that we got to be a part of, is so many people that we used to play shows with have reached out and complimented the record and complimented us and our hard work, and it's a really good feeling to get that from your peers and people that you've been running with for so long, and have all gone off to do their own great things. A lot of cool bands, a lot of cool artists and songwriters. So it's been really cool to see.
Yeah, I'm guessing especially when like you appreciate their work too, and like you just like inspire each other as friends.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So did Sundays in the South, the single, come first, or was it the album name? What sort of came first?
Um,
So I actually had spent it was like in April of 2020. So it was like
yeah, you
pretty,
named it first, right?
yeah, it was pretty right in the thick of lockdown. And our drummer Chris has some family in town, and one of his uncles or somebody has like a house on a river that they don't use, and it's kind of secluded. And me and one of my roommates at the time were just like I was cooped up in a house with I think 8 people throughout the majority of the lockdown, and so after a while it got a little stir crazy, and
Yeah.
we had gone out to this lake house, and he brought like his recording rig, and we set up, and the goal was I had this one song idea and I really wanted to try and work through it. And we ended up never recording that. I spent like 2 days banging my head
How to
on it.
demo it.
We did demo it.
Mhm.
Yeah, and then Owen didn't like it. But it anyways, not a successful song. But I remember that night we had gone back to, after the second day, we had gone back to my house in Nashville. And everybody like was watching some documentary or something, and I was just really frustrated. So went upstairs, grabbed a guitar, and like kind of out of my mind played that song, and like it came to fruition pretty quick. And then I think by the time we had the chance to all get together, I don't know why I called it Sundays in the South. I don't even think any of those words were in the song at that point. Um, but that was kind of the name I had working for the song. And then when I showed it to Alex, he was like, "Well, that's the EP title too." And then we had to fight for it with our management a little bit, but it's lasted. And I think it's, I mean, I don't know. I feel like it's kind of a cool testament to um, a lot of the characters in the EP are like, we wanted to reflect Nashville and our time here and our community, and how Nashville and our community is kind of almost an oasis to the culture that surrounds us. And so Sundays in the South is kind of a poke at the way that culture bleeds into our community and affects characters and shit like that. So that was kind of the logic behind it once we liked the title.
That's incredible. Again, I'm obsessed with the EP. Personally, Walk Home is my favorite. So,
Go. Hell yeah, man.
like,
That's honestly, that's probably mine too right
really?
now. Yeah, that one, it just really goes. I mean, I love Sundays too, but Walk Home really scratches an itch for me. And
Well,
Alex actually wrote the hook to that
oh,
chorus.
really? No way.
Yeah, yeah.
That's right.
Alex, you want to talk about that?
I mean, yeah, I'm in the thick of COVID, just demoing stuff drunk on my laptop at my parents' house. That's pretty much how it came.
Well, I mean, thank you for that.
No problem. I'll do that anytime. I'll do that.
Down low though, very catchy as well.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
That's, I think, the point of this whole EP was to make every song like standalone, and the fact that it could be like a single worthy thing.
Mhm.
You know, so
You totally did that. Just
Thank you.
thank you.
Thank you. We appreciate it.
So I hate to like go into the future, but I think like a week or two ago, or maybe 3, you posted that like EP2 is coming. So what can you tell us about that without spoiling too much?
Uh
Oh, we can talk about it.
it's awesome. Um, how Oasis-y do you want to get about this, Alex? We just spent a lot of time. We had a lot of time this fall to really write, while we were waiting for this EP to release and shows to kind of start. And so I mean, every time we've written like songs together, we just keep getting better at it, I think. And this time around, the recording, I mean, like everything top to bottom, the people we got to work with, the space we got to work in, the songs that we had written, and just the workflow of it all was just super fun. I'm not gonna set a date as to when it's coming because I've learned my lesson with the first one. But you can probably, I would say it's safe to expect it by like the end of summer. We'll have most of it out. I don't know when it's a little more rowdy. It's a little more youthful and true to who we are. And it's just fun. I mean, we had a boatload of fun, and we're still writing songs and getting ready to just. We're very, very hungry. We spent a lot of time working in circumstances on non-music things that just drive us up the wall, and so we will do anything to do the music thing as long as we can. And we've got a lot of music to write and things to say, so we'll be ready.
So last question for you guys, who are your favorite up and coming artists right now?
Awix, do you want to start?
Oh my god, that's a hard one.
Mm-hmm.
I really like this girl called Longbeard. I've been listening to her a lot. She's like I think she went on tour with Japanese Breakfast. But she's got a great sound, like very easy to listen to, very nice to put on.
Very cool name too.
Yeah, I think it's like the name of like, I think it's like a witch or something. And so I don't know. Or it was a pirate, I think, from some like kids thing. But yeah, I mean, like she's great, beautiful voice, and she's so fun. Love it. She's gonna be at South by too, so hopefully.
Oh really?
We'll meet her.
Very cool. Annie DeRusso is really cool. I don't know why she just comes to the top of my brain right now. But I've been listening to this band called the Mysterines a lot lately. And then on a little bit bigger scale, like Holly Humberstone, I think is totally brilliant. Kind of hard to beat her songwriting. She's pretty spectacular at what she does. But yeah, aside, I'm gonna stay out of local bands, just because I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings if I forget. But there are so many great bands coming out of Nashville, and different types of singer-songwriter acts, and all people. We've got to play shows with a lot of them. We're getting to play shows. The Exit In show, we're playing with friends of ours in a band called Hardcastle, and another friend of ours, Lindsay Rea, who's got a great solo thing going. And then
she just started.
Yeah, we've got some upcoming shows with a buddy of ours, Sam Johnston, and we've played some shows with a band called Gold Park. That's fantastic. Yeah, lots of cool people in this city. Yeah. I'm gonna leave it at that. But just pay attention to Nashville if you want to hear good music, because it's where it's coming from.
Totally agree with that, honestly. I found lots of bands from there.
Thank you.
Like you guys. So thank you so much for chatting with me again. It was so fun. This album is so catchy. The next one's probably gonna be even catchier. If not, the same amount. I don't know. But thank you so much again.
Of course, we appreciate you. Thank you for having us.